These are 5 shocking times people messed with the wrong cartels. And first up, we have this casino owner named Raúl Rocha Cantú, who once tempted to toy with fire, soon to find himself consumed by its flames. Ignoring a warning from the formidable Los Zetas Cartel regarding unpaid extortion fees for his casino proved to be his fatal mistake. Little did he know his fate had already been sealed. The Grupo Royale casino, located in Mexico, stood out among casinos for its dynamic entertainment venues. With branches in Monterrey, Mazatlán, and Los Cabos, since its inception in 2007, the casino has welcomed over 500 guests with an astounding 2 million pesos as a mark of appreciation. However, behind the glamorous facade, the casino was under the dominion of Raúl, whose arrogance knew no bounds. He flaunted his wealth and influence, considering himself invincible in the realm of organized crime. But his arrogance soon drew the attention of a formidable force, the notorious Los Zetas Cartel. The Zetas, known for their ruthlessness and iron grip on the region, had long demanded extortion payments from businesses, including casinos, in exchange for protection. But Raúl, blinded by his own arrogance, scoffed at their demands, dismissing them as mere nuisances. This move enraged the cartel, who vowed to retaliate. On the ominous day of August 25, 2011, the tranquility of the moment shattered as 12 members of the notorious Los Zetas group convened for a clandestine meeting. Their mission? To strike Grupo Royale. A chilling reminder to Raúl, who had failed to comply with extortion demands. As the clock struck 3 p.m., chaos descended upon the casino. Cartel members armed with orders and gasoline besieged the establishment, compelling patrons to flee in terror. With ruthless efficiency, they drenched the premises in fuel before igniting a blaze that consumed the surroundings. This attack took some hours before the cartel members escaped, leaving behind a trail of dead people's bodies scattered in the facility. With a total of 52 lives claimed, they served as a stark reminder never to trifle with the formidable forces of the underworld. But if you think this was crazy, let me tell you about this photographer who stupidly confronted the formidable power of Tijuana's most ruthless cartel, heedless of the grave risks involved. His name is Margarito Martinez. As a dedicated photographer, he contributed to both local and international news outlets, shedding light on the cartel's illicit activities. Regrettably, this choice had painted a target squarely on his back. This 49-year-old veteran photographer had more than 2 decades as a reporter in Tijuana, a city that was full of violence from drug cartels. Despite facing numerous threats from criminal factions over the years, Martinez had always shrugged them off as insignificant nuisances. However, his unwavering resolve led him into a perilous confrontation with the Tijuana cartel, who he couldn't afford to offend. The cartel, known for its ruthlessness and dominance in the drug trade, saw Martinez work as a direct threat to their operations. His relentless pursuit of truth cost them dearly, siphoning away profits and exposing vulnerabilities they could ill afford. So, on the ominous morning of January 19, 2022, they decided to silence him.
Hi, puppy.
As Martinez left his home that day, he unknowingly walked into a carefully orchestrated ambush. A gunman, undoubtedly dispatched by the cartel, emerged from the shadows and unleashed a hail of bullets upon him. Martinez fell victim to the merciless onslaught, his life extinguished in an instant, leaving behind a void in the world of journalism. Upon investigation, as prosecutors sought to unravel the motive behind the murder, they discovered its connection to the ruthless Tijuana cartel. This served as a chilling display of the cartel's dominance, a stark warning that crossing them would lead to a fate akin to Martinez's demise. But hold on tight, because the next twist on this man is even more unbelievable. His name is Rodrigo Lara, a man who once believed his power and influence rendered him invincible, beyond the grasp of consequence. As a minister wielding authority, he dared to challenge the nefarious operations of Colombia's most formidable cartel, the Medellin cartel. Unfortunately, this bold move would haunt him in the days to come. Born in Neiva, Colombia, Rodrigo studied law at the Universidad Externado de Colombia. He rose through political ranks, becoming mayor at 23 and later serving as Minister of Justice under President Banteker. However, Rodrigo's life took an unexpected turn when he decided to fight against Pablo Escobar, the notorious leader of the Medellin cartel. Alongside his ally, Luis Carlos Galan, Rodrigo spoke out against Pablo Escobar, accusing him of drug trafficking and corruption. Despite the dangers, he didn't stop there. He pressed charges against Escobar and seized many of his planes, revealing the cartel's illegal activities. This audacious move incensed the members of the Medellin cartel, vowing retribution to silence him once and for all. This retaliation came swiftly on April 30th, 1984. While Rodrigo was in his Mercedes-Benz, Byron Velasquez and Ivan Dario Gusado, linked to the Medellin cartel, zoomed past on a motorcycle. Gusado unleashed a hail of bullets from a MAC-10, .45 ACP caliber, through the window, striking him multiple times and ending his life instantly. Rodrigo's guards shot and killed Gusado. Velasquez was arrested later in 1995. After Rodrigo's assassination, Pablo Escobar and his family promptly sought refuge in Panama, strongly suggesting his complicity in the murder. It's astounding how this cartel operates with impunity, committing crimes and evading justice. Regardless, just wait till you hear what happens next. This man, named Eliso Barun, stupidly chose to disrupt the illicit operations of Mexico's most vicious cartels. As a 36-year-old journalist, he carved a reputation for fearlessly exposing crime in Sinaloa, only to entangle himself with a far more formidable foe, the notorious Sinaloa cartel. Unbeknownst to him, his actions would soon seal his fate. Born in 1973, Eliso Barun was the fifth of 7 children. Beginning his career in journalism, Barun worked at Zocalo in Acuña, Coahuila, and later at L'Opinion in Torreon. He spent over a decade as a reporter and photographer. However, his focus shifted when he started writing about crimes and illicit activities. His reporting shed light on hidden realities and brought attention to a more powerful adversary, the Sinaloa cartel. This notorious cartel, renowned for its brutality, perceived Barron's actions as a significant threat to their operations. Barron's exposure to their activities in the media had already disrupted much of their illicit endeavors, drawing the attention of authorities. In response, the cartel resolved to impart a lesson that would reverberate throughout the journalistic community. On May 25, 2009, while Barun was residing in Gomez Palacio, he fell victim to their wrath. Amidst his family's horror, assailants stormed his home, subjecting him to a vicious beating before abducting him. His lifeless body, found the next day, bore a fatal gunshot wound with a note attributing his death to his journalism. It's chilling to witness the ruthless vengeance of these cartels, but this is not the only time a journalist messed with the vicious cartels. Meet Ruben Espinoza, a journalist whose belief in the power of his lens to combat injustice also ultimately led him into the flames of danger. This 32-year-old man was a self-taught Mexican photographer and reporter who utilized his camera to shine a light on the dark underbelly of cartel activities. However, his relentless pursuit of the truth and accountability stupidly thrust him into a perilous confrontation with a more formidable adversary. Born in Mexico City, Mexico, Espinoza's journey into journalism was ignited by his passion for social movements and protests. As a self-taught photographer and journalist, he honed his skills at Eclipse Photo in Mexico City, where he focused primarily on photography. In 2009, he embarked on a significant chapter of his career, where he joined Javier Duarte's campaign as a governor. Despite the dangers, Espinoza's commitment to shedding light on societal issues remained unwavering, but his fearless pursuit of the truth came at a cost when he exposed Duarte's ties to a notorious cartel, inadvertently disrupting their operations. The cartel, known for their ruthless actions, decided to give him a warning. During a social protest, Espinoza was grabbed and told to quit taking photos or else he would end up like other dead journalists. Despite the grave threat, Espinoza defiantly shrugged it off, opting to relocate his operations from Veracruz to Mexico City. Unbeknownst to him, he remained under constant surveillance, with 3 shadowy figures monitoring his every move from his apartment. Upon discovering his escape, they orchestrated his demise. Tragically, on July 31, 2015, Espinoza's lifeless body was discovered alongside 4 female victims, all bearing the harrowing hallmarks of execution-style violence. Their bodies bore the grim traces of torture, a stark testament to the ruthless impunity with which the cartel operated.